Ministry of Defense on Tuesday issued a statement to deny that it has reinforced troops and added weaponry at Cambodian-Thai border. Trade between ASEAN countries remains low, potentially hampering the establishment of ASEAN Economic Community. The incoming president of the PTT PLC will hold a news conference this morning to clarify over the PTT's natural gas pipeline leak. Update the news around the world with Nirasha Malisak Lemia and Pasurang Desha Putharangsi in Asean Newsroom.
Good morning and welcome to Asean Newsroom. Today is Wednesday, 29th of June 2011 and you're with me, Nirasha Malisak Lemia.
And I'm Pasurang Desha Putharangsi. Well, Cambodia's Ministry of Defense on Tuesday issued a statement to deny that it has reinforced troops and added weaponry on the Thai-Cambodia's border. The rejection came after Thailand's Army Region 2 spokesman Colonel Prawit Hu Kao said on Monday that there was some redeployment and reinforcement of Cambodian troops along the border following Thailand's withdrawal of its membership from the UNESCO World Heritage Convention on Saturday. He added that there were some arms training taking place, such as using grenade launcher and artillery on Cambodian side. However, Cambodia rejected the claim in a statement. Royal Cambodian Armed Forces absolutely reject this bad-willed fabrication by Thai troops to slander Cambodia and to prepare a scenario to intoxicate and lie to national and international communities, said the statement. This fabricated information by Thai troops is just a groundless argument in advance, aiming at attacking and invading Cambodian territory, it added. Thailand announced to pull out from the UNESCO's World Heritage Convention on Saturday as the World Heritage Committee WHC put the Phnom Penh proposed management plan for the 11th century Pravihan Temple on a meeting agenda during the 35th session of WHC in Paris. Thai government has insisted that the WHC postpone consideration on the plan as it fears that the plan may threaten national sovereignty. The International Court of Justice awarded Pravihan Temple to Cambodia in 1962. The conflict between Cambodia and Thailand occurred just a week after Cambodia's Pravihan Temple was enlisted as World Heritage Site on July 7, 2008. Thailand claims the ownership of 4.6 square kilometers of scrub next to the temple. Since then, both sides have built up military forces along the border, and periodic clashes have happened, resulting in the deaths of troops and civilians on both sides.
The cabinet yesterday was reluctant to endorse the intention to withdraw from the World Heritage Convention and decide to leave the decision to the next government due to conflicting opinion among government agencies on the matter. Prime Minister Apisit Wechashiwa instructed the Natural Resources and Environment Ministry, the Foreign Ministry and the Cultural Ministry to prepare information and necessary documents for the new government. Government spokesman Panithan Wattanayakon said. Natural Resources and Environment Minister Suwit Kunkiti announced Thailand's intention to quit the convention, but the withdrawal would have become effective only 12 months after the submission of a written request to the UNESCO director. Suwit said in his letter to UNESCO Director Irina Bokova that the formal instrument of denunciation would be made in due course. Suwit, who led the Thai delegation to the World Heritage Committee meeting in Paris last week, reported to the cabinet on his decision to walk out of the session and the announcement of denunciation. The action is to protect Thai sovereignty over the territory adjacent to the Pravihan Temple. Panithan quoted Suwit as telling the cabinet. Panithan said Apisit backed Suwit's decision and most of ministers in the cabinet agreed with him, but the caretaker government decided not to carry out the procedure of denunciation.
Thailand's finance minister yesterday revealed that the Securities and Exchange Commission is yet to return the investigation results of Yingluck Shinawat's alleged perjury regarding the Shin Corp's assets concealment plan after the 7-day deadline. Finance Minister Gon Jatikawanit said that the Finance Ministry has not been informed by the Securities and Exchange Commission of the investigation results regarding Yingluck's alleged perjury case. However, the Finance Minister's permanent secretary said that the ministry will coordinate with the SEC to have the results as soon as possible, though he is uncertain whether the SEC is dragging this on until after the general election. On June 20th, the Finance Minister sent a letter to the SEC Secretary General Thirachai Phuwana Naranuban to report the results regarding Yingluck's perjury case, while the Civil Network Against Thaksin's Corruption Pardon has submitted a complaint letter to Finance Ministry seeking a clarification on this case within a week. Now let's see the analysis from The Nation about the Pheu Thai Democrat face-off in the major rallies on Friday.
In the week leading up to the July 3rd election, political parties are putting all the policies they have to offer before the people. This Friday, the Prime Minister candidates from the Pheu Thai and the Democrat parties will also talk about Thailand's future. At the Royal Plaza, Prime Minister and Democrat leader Apisit Vechachiwa will talk about what will happen after the election. He will deliver a speech titled Thailand's Future Under the Same Sky. Continuing from the Ratchaprasong rally last Friday, he will again remind Thai people that all Thai territory belongs to Thais. He will also talk about how the country can return to unity and peace. Pheu Thai's top party list candidate Yingluck Shinawat will go even further. At the Rajamankala National Stadium, she will present the Pheu Thai's vision of Thailand 2020. She will describe what policies Pheu Thai will apply when it serves as government for the next 2 terms. She will describe the strategies the party has prepared for the people to enjoy a good living standard, for the country to get over the conflicts, and to let Thailand play a role on the global stage. The 2 parties' major rallies are being hosted at the same time in the evening. Both Yingluck and Apisit's addresses will be available through live stream. The Democrats are also broadcasting to parallel stages around the country. Yingluck is scheduled to continue her election campaign in the northeast, stopping in Sa Kaeo, Ubon Ratchathani,ศรีสะเกษ and Buriram. Apisit will mainly visit provinces not far from Bangkok. Before the final major rally on Friday, the constituencies they choose to visit are meaningful. With limited time, they are aiming to make sure their candidates will win the contest in the constituencies where the race is close. They are trying to convince the undecided and those who have yet to make a firm decision on how to vote. But with the major rallies taking place simultaneously, it remains to be seen whether they will be able to draw votes from the undecided or just reinforce the faith of their own supporters. Chonok Raksa Seri, The Nation Analysis for ASEAN TV.
The director of Nan's election office said the flood situation in 15 districts in Nan province may affect the voting on July 3rd election, especially in areas that recovery work cannot reach. Election Office Authority in Nan province has informed that the flooding has now affected no less than 30% of more than 920 poll units. Although water has started to recede in several areas, but if recovery work is not completed by June 30th, then the polling booths cannot be set up for the July 3rd vote as scheduled. The most concerning area is Vieng Sa district, which is the course of water path from Mueang district in Nan. Nevertheless, the local election office authority has prepared a backup plan by changing the polling booth venue, or if the situation has not improved, the vote casting in the area may have to be suspended in the meantime.
The People's Network for Election in Thailand Forum stated that the advanced voting last week was clearly disorganized and the voters have not been properly informed of their rights. Board member of People's Network for Election in Thailand, or PNET, Somchai Sutiyakon, points out that the advanced balloting on June 26 clearly reflected that the election was disorganized. He explained that the more than 500,000 eligible voters who have registered for the advanced voting since last time's general election have lost their rights to vote because they were not properly informed that they couldn't vote on July 3rd if they did not delist themselves from the advanced voting list last time. PNET's Somchai added that this is the responsibility of the Election Commission as it did not inform the public about this matter. Therefore, the EC should return their rights to vote by adding those eligible voters into the name list for the July 3rd again. Meanwhile, Election Commissioner Prapan Naikowit has clarified yesterday that the EC needs to issue a special regulation on this matter, which is unlikely to be done this time around.
And now, Kun Pasarang, let's hear from Kun Sutishay Yun and Kun Tunsatit Top Team in Meet the Editors.